Good morning. My name is Donna Gorton, and this is the first of. Boy, I have a glare on my glasses. A new project I'm kind of starting, called The Voices of Chronic Pain. So many of us have no voice, have no support, or are isolated, and that got me thinking, that it wouldn't hurt for there to be something out there that tells the real story of what it's like living with chronic pain, because so few know. I am a 45-year-old woman. Um, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia as a result of a car accident back in 1999. I was diagnosed in 2000 when they finally threw up their hands in the air and said, "We don't know what's wrong with you," and sent me to our local pain clinic, and that's where I was diagnosed. And after trying every possible physical therapy, that did not help. Um, I live by myself, and I have a dog and two cats who are my constant companions, especially my dog, who is sleeping right now. But this is my dog, Jake. I'd be lost without him. He's my fur baby. So many of us, that's really all we have. That, and we kind of end up making our own families online, um, because our own real families don't understand, don't want to understand, have no frame of reference, and I think that's the key. This is what I figured out, okay? Is that most people who are healthy and normal, their only frame of reference for, quote, chronic pain is a bad toothache or an ear infection, that kind of thing. It lasts a few days, a week, whatever, then it's gone. And they never have to think of it again. So they really have no frame of reference to come up with true empathy for us, to understand that this is a 24/7, 365-day a year, multi-year usually problem that we live with. We are constantly sleep deprived from this. I don't know if you can see the shadows and bags under my eyes. I personally ended up being up till almost 4 a.m. talking with one of my online unbiological sisters, who also suffers from chronic pain, and there's an hour time difference where I'm an hour ahead of her, so it got later here first. Um, but that's just kind of like the point of it, is that we are so lucky if we can find others like us who do understand what it's like and have that empathy and are there night or day, no matter what time it is. We know we can message that person, and they most likely will be up in the middle of the night, just like us. Um, a typical night for me, because when you have chronic pain and or fibromyalgia, it's called a comorbidity. There are other conditions that you often have that go along with it, that you never just have just fibromyalgia. And in my case, I have a slap tear in my left shoulder, resulting from the original car accident that went undiagnosed for all these years. Um, I have severe arthritis in the ball joint of that shoulder, and that's also the side I sleep on, and the only side I can get comfortable on. And that frequently wakes me up. I also have permanent bladder damage from chronic bladder infections as a kid. Um, so I survive on naps. I honestly cannot remember the last time I slept through the night. I am up on average every hour and a half, 2 hours. On a really good once in a blue moon, like maybe once a month, I'll sleep for like a 2.5, 3 hour stretch. But by then I have to go so bad that I barely make it or have an accident. Um, we're going to be brutally honest here, because this is raw. This is going to be uncensored, because this is real life. And so few get to see this side of it, and that is what really gave me the idea of this. Giving a voice to those who have no voice. Letting other people really, truly, honestly come to see what we live with. I have a commode in my room. Because of the bladder damage, I can't make it across the house when I have to go. I get very little warning and very little time to get there. By the time, it's like I wake up from my shoulder and then literally a split second later, oh my god, I gotta go. And then another problem I have is orthostatic hypotension. So if I stand up too quick, the room spins and I can fall back down, which is a problem when you have to pee desperately. And, the commode is, I don't know, 6 to 8 steps away from my bed. And yet, sometimes it's a crunch to get there in time. I smoke. That's my only vice. And it's my coping mechanism. So I'm not going to hide that either. Let's see, what else do I have wrong with me? So I have the fibromyalgia, I have the slap tear in my shoulder, I have the bladder damage, I am moderately deaf on both sides from chronic ear infections as a kid that nothing was done about. Yes, I got taken to the doctor all the time, but by the time they thought, oh, maybe we should put tubes in her ears, then it was determined, oh, well, now she's too old for it, and it never happened. So it's sensory neural damage to the nerve that runs from my ear to my brain. On both sides, I have moderate hearing loss, so I'm half deaf on both sides. Let's see, what else? I have vision issues. Several years ago, I had optical neuritis and it was worse in my right eye, so I don't have much peripheral vision on that side, and I lost some vision in that eye, and I've always had vision issues anyway. I've never been able to focus out of both eyes at the same time, so my right eye has always been the weaker one, and my left eye the strongest one that I use the most. So, yeah, I'm kind of lost without my glasses, which is fine for right now because of the glare, but yeah, if I'm up doing stuff, I cannot read anything anymore without my glasses, so I'm lost. What else do I have wrong? I also have, I'm assuming, arthritis in my back. I've had, they labeled it initially as permanent soft tissue damage in my neck, back, and shoulder from the first car accident. From 1999 to 2009, somebody else hit me, causing a car accident every single one of those years, sometimes more than once per year. None of them were my fault. I never received a single ticket. However, the first and the last accident were the worst ones. The first ones caused the damage in my left side of my neck. I have a dent in my forehead up here from hitting who knows what during the accident, laying my head open, getting a severe concussion, whiplash, which led to the permanent soft tissue damage when it didn't heal. I can't turn my neck on this side past this point, so if I'm driving, I have to turn my whole body on that side because I just can't, it won't turn past that point. I've never received an official diagnosis other than permanent soft tissue damage. And then the shoulder just was recently diagnosed as the slap tear by a wonderful orthopedist PA I just started seeing, and MRIs and so forth. Not much can be done for that because of all the arthritis that's in there now. After all these years, they kept shooting it up with cortisone. That's another common issue, is misdiagnosis that we have, or inadequate treatment of our issues by our prime cares who don't understand or don't necessarily send us to other doctors who are specialists to get a formal diagnosis that's correct. So, that was left untreated. They just kept shooting cortisone in there, which of course had no effect because that wasn't what the problem was. But in the meantime, I developed all this arthritis. They just did an ultrasonically guided needle injection last week in there in hopes that that would help lube up the bone joint in the joint to make it move smoother and cause less pain. In some ways, in some positions it's helped, in others it's still kind of tweaky, which I'm thinking maybe from still the trauma of the shot and stuff, which was bad. Excuse me. So at any rate, I don't want to make this too long for the first video, but I also have, my knees are shot. I'm facing arthroscopic surgery. I've already had a Fulkerson's release on my left knee years ago, and I have like a couple like ligament tears, meniscus tears in there that they gotta go in and fix. So the arthroscopic surgery will be coming up. I have severe arthritis in my ankles and an undiagnosed fracture in my left ankle that healed wrong. So yeah, there's a lot of things. It's body wide. Something hurts on me all the time. It is unrelenting. Sometimes it gets so bad we compare it to eaten by a bear level is the ultimate horrendous pain. Mauled by a bear is close second to where, you're reaching your limit. And then the lesser scales, but on a good day, if we're at a 4 to 6 on the 1 to 10 pain scale, we're doing pretty good. And most people don't understand either. That's a good day. So, anyways, this was just a start to see how this is going to work. I tried it on my Kindle, and I need to work out some kinks on how to upload the video because it's not working how they say it should. So, for now, we're doing this. But I'd like to, in the future, have some people I know who have also suffer from chronic pain come on via maybe Skype or something. We'll figure it out and see where it goes. So for now, bye and take care, and hopefully somebody will watch this. Bye.